Good afternoon. My name is Jihad Miller, and I'm a second-year business administration student from Baltimore, Maryland, and I currently attend Florida A&M University. During this case study, we were focused on determining whether the American Baseball League was superior to the National Baseball League due to the differences in payrolls. After reviewing the data points that were given to us by the Wall Street Journal, it could be determined that the American Baseball League's mean payroll was greater than the National Baseball League's. However, the medians for both leagues were very similar. So this tells us that there are outliers in one of the two data points, and we could determine that the outliers were in the American Baseball League because the payroll was much higher than the National Baseball League. And also the National Baseball League had more teams, so that could have also had an effect on the differences in payroll. Like I said earlier, the medians were very similar, so that tells us that there are outliers in one of the two data points. Outliers are very difficult to deal with when determining statistics because they can have a huge influence on the measures of certain data points, centered data points, and they can have a huge influence on the mean, but not on the median. So that's why in this case, the median would be the best case to use as a descriptive measure of statistics. The range would not be a good measure of statistics because, like the mean, outliers can have a huge influence on the range because the range is the difference between the highest payroll and the smallest payroll. As for the skewness of the payrolls, the American Baseball League's payroll was highly skewed, so that's another indicator that tells us that there are outliers in that data point. However, for the National Baseball League, the data was moderately skewed to the right, so that tells us that it's somewhat balanced, so there's not as many outliers in that payroll. After using these different measures of statistics, we could determine that the American Baseball League is superior to the National Baseball League due to their differences in payroll. While the medians were very similar, the skewness of both leagues' data points tells us that there are outliers in the American Baseball League, so the payrolls were much higher. Thank you.